Shalom, everyone. I pray that everyone is doing good on this day, this night, this weekend, or whatever time you're watching this video. I still pray that all is well with you. I am back with another video. I am going to be persistent and dedicated to doing these videos because there is a purpose behind making these videos for people like you and me, right? People that has dealt with so many things in their life, coming from a child on up to even now, that a lot of us are not speaking about. We're afraid to. We feel like we're going to get in trouble. We feel like we're going to be damaging somebody's reputation, or we feel like we're going to be putting our business out there, their business out there, just all kinds of excuses. But I am going to debunk that, because speaking about our life's trials and tribulations and the things that we go through from childhood up to now is something that has to be spoken about. And I do believe with all of my heart that the Most High has placed me here to do so, for my healing, as well as helping you to heal in the areas that I'm sure you need healing in. And it all stems from my book, She Had No One. And I'm going to be talking about this a lot, because there is, as thick as this book is, you have to imagine that there are things that has taken place in this life, in this girl's life, that played a major part as to why she was the way that she was, and then overcoming the names and the labels and everything that was put on her. But before we get to the overcoming, we have to talk about what happened, right? We have to talk about the cruelty. We have to talk about the mistreatment. We have to talk about the abuse. And sadly, it stems from the church. And I have to be honest, and I will be honest, because it is a requirement as a child of the Most High to be honest and to expose the things that take place, because a lot of us are not going to do it, but the Most High knows who is going to stand firm in Him and tell the truth. So we have to tell the truth. But I want to go back to something that I was thinking about past couple of weekends, or really it set in this past weekend. I was really thinking about something, and I was sharing with my husband. I said, people feel like they need permission to be able to talk about certain things. People feel like they have to go ask the pastor or the minister, or like, that is the problem. That is a problem that our ancestors had, as well as we have now. We feel like we have to get man's permission to talk about certain things, and you do not. The only permission that I need to talk about anything that I want to talk about, or anything that I need to talk about, is the Most High's permission. I owe it to no one. I don't have to ask anyone for permission to do the will of the Most High, not a will of man. No. And we have to get out of that, and that's something that I have definitely come to grips with. I don't need anybody's permission to do anything, and we have to really understand that our life is our life, and we need to take control back of over our life. That's just how it is. But I want to go back a little bit regarding this book. So back in 2020, I was living in Waco, Texas, and I had been living there since 2017. And if you go back and you read in this book, there is a chapter called The Life of Homelessness, and it gives you the rundown as to how I ended up homeless and how I ended up in Waco. And going back and thinking about that, it was like, man, like me being in Waco was for absolutely this reason right now. And I say that because when Emma was going through what she was going through, her prayer was to get out of Dallas, right? Her prayer was to get out of Dallas, get on her feet, take care of her daughters, and just leave, because at that time, Emma had no one that was compassionate enough to assist. And if they assisted, it was done with motive, very nasty motive, and intent. So I'm living in Waco 2020. Actually 2029, let's go back. And there was a service at AWC, my sister's church, and there was a preacher there. I can't think his last name is Johnson. I don't remember, but he's from Kansas, Texas. Excuse me, not Kansas, Texas. My goodness, he's from Kansas. Kansas City, yes. I don't really know particularly, but I know he's from Kansas. Anyway, he did not recognize Emma, but he looked again and he was asking me, Emma, is that you? It's like, yeah, it's me. And he said, when are you moving back to Dallas? Mind you, I had no intentions of moving back to Dallas whatsoever for so many reasons. And we'll get into that. But he was saying, listen, consider coming back to Dallas. Consider coming back. And I was like, whatever. I was hearing him, but my mom was like, no, I'm not coming back, because for what? And to who? And why? But he kept saying, consider coming back to Dallas. And I was like, okay, I hear you. And he said, what if, at the time, he said, what if God shows you more money than you've ever seen? But consider coming back to Dallas. Now, here's the thing. This is not about money. I'm just giving you what he said to me, right? So, hey, I hear you. And he said it to me 3 times. I hear you. Okay, great. Move forward. Go back to Waco. Then 2020 comes. Then you have the COVID-19 hit, right? Well, around that time, my grandmother became sick. And I was back and forth seeing my family anyway, and bringing the girls up and, seeing their cousins and whatnot. So I was doing all of this. But I wasn't going to move back. And so, long story short, when my grandmother passed, I'm going somewhere, so just follow me. When my grandmother passed, we as a collective, me and my siblings, said, okay, well, we're all going to come back to Dallas, -1, come back to Dallas and take care of mom, because mom has been taking care of grandmother and she doesn't have anyone. So, okay, as a family, we're going to come back and we're going to take care of mom. And so I get settled. I come back. I didn't even think about what the preacher had said to me, or Emma didn't even take it into account in her mind. It's like, okay, I got to be there for my mom. You know, we're taking care of my mom because it's our responsibility, right? So I get back. My job transferred me out. Now we're in the mode of taking care of mom. And a couple of times, I'm not really sure, but a couple of times I was like, you know, I done ended up back in Dallas, but it's okay because I'm here for a good reason, right? I'm here for a good reason. I did not know in totality what that reason was. And I'm just living life, and I'm back at my sister's church. I'm trying to, you know, just live the life that I had created in Waco. I finally got some stability. Emma had finally got some stability in her life. And she was good. She was making good money, taking care of her girls. And, you know, she had one girl left in school, one child left in school, and we're going to get here and we're going to get settled. But when you graduate, we probably will leave again. Is that I had so many thoughts going on, but it wasn't my plan. It was the Most High's plan. It was the Most High's plan, because there were some things that Emma needed to get back to Dallas to take care of. Number one, herself, her mental state, the trauma that traveled with her everywhere she went, from childhood, adolescence, young adulthood, all the way up until she was 42. There was something that the Most High wanted me to do, wanted me to learn, wanted me to understand and see. I have something for you to do. Whether you understand it or not, I have something for you to do. So I'm going to reroute you. I'm going to send you back to Dallas, because I know you don't want to go. But I have to take you back to Dallas because there's something that I need you to do. So I'm back, I'm doing my thing, and somewhere around, I started back attending my sister's church, and